Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
And welcome back, everybody. It is that time of year, cold and flu season. And unfortunately, this year off to a start with the number of flu cases going much higher than I think expected. We're going to talk about that today, but specifically what you can do for that. And would you believe that acupuncture might be able to support that? That's what I understand from her. And I'm also wondering if it might even boost your immunity to prevent you from getting some of these things, flus and colds. She's our professional of the year, and she is the woman behind Kelly 121 Acupuncture in New York City. Dr. Kelly is back with us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Steve. How are you doing?
I have a cold, but it's nothing bad. It's all good. But I wonder if maybe I did acupuncture that would have boosted my immune system and potentially maybe warded off getting something. Is that possible?
Yes, definitely. Actually, recently, a lot of people got the flu. There is the flu A or flu B, basically based on the virus type. And interesting enough, in Chinese medicine, we have wind cold or wind heat. It's not specifically, oh, you got flu B, it's wind heat. You got flu A, it's wind cold. But just interesting enough, there are two types of kind of like cold or flu. And this year of the flu also have two types. A little bit coincidence with each other. So that's very interesting.
Hmm. It's always that way where it's flu A and flu B, right?
I don't think it's always like that because basically flu A or flu B is just based on the genes of the virus.
Okay.
That's how they invest medicine, how they differ flu A or flu B. But there can be multiple viruses. Just this year, I think there are only two, flu A or flu B.
Hmm. Maybe I'm reflecting back on previous years where it was flu A and flu B. I just don't know why I remember that. But either way, um, what can we do about that?
Yeah, very good question. What do we do about it? Actually, invasive medicine, basically they run the PCR, check the virus genes, then they say, oh, you have flu A or flu B, and then they will give you some antivirus drugs. To be honest, some some people may be okay with this antivirus medicine, especially if it's acute within like 24, 48 hours. These antivirus drugs may helpful, but after that window, even the patient are given that antivirus medicine, it may not help at all. It could happen. I just not, to everybody, just to some people, even they were given the antivirus like a Tamiflu, the symptoms still the same. The patient may still have fever, patient may still like very fatigued, very tired. They have a lot of sleep. They don't have any energy, even check their phone.
Hmm.
Nowadays everyone, even including the teenager, they check the phone all the time. When they have flu, they are like, forget about the phone. Don't even have energy to check the phone. So you can tell how fatigued they are, how tired they are.
Wow. Um, I've heard you say before, this is going a while back, that acupuncture can boost your immunity when you head into seasons like this. Can it?
Yes, 100%. Take me as an example. I'm not saying I'm super healthy, but I'm treating patient every day, including the patient who have flu. But it's basically a little bit like COVID. Some people got COVID, they are really sick. Some people got COVID, they don't really have symptom, like no fever, no coughing. Some people may have a little bit. So take me as an example. I don't think the virus cannot invade me at all. But even the virus got into my body, but my body is strong enough because I do acupuncture on myself, regularly, at least once a week.
Mm.
So my immunity kind of strong. So even there are virus, even people surround me have the flu, but my symptom gonna be very light. Like I may have a little bit like scratching throat. I may have a little bit dry cough, but I will take some formula right away.
Hmm.
I mentioned if people have like phlegm or coughing, especially, during this flu season, you can steam some pear. We have very good herbal formula, herbal actually kind of like a syrup. You steam with that, you eat it. That really can moisten the lung. Your scratching throat, your dry coughing really gonna calm down a lot. So in that way, yes, acupuncture can boost your immunity. That's it for sure.
Hmm. So when you say you do acupuncture at least once a week on yourself, what are you doing it for? There's so many different things, or do you put the very fine hair-like acupuncture needles in areas that will give you the most benefit? Maybe it's immunity, maybe it's whatever it might be, maybe migraines, whatever.
Yes, for sure. Every time when I do acupuncture on myself, I will have some points to boost immunity, like stomach 36 on the lower leg. That is we call it most popular point among the Chinese
Okay.
medicine people. Most popular point is can boost immunity. It can make your digestion getting better. It can tonify qi and blood. It can do so many things. People also call it a longevity point. Can make you live longer even. That's one of the point I usually use on myself, also on other patients. So usually in January, coming in, doesn't matter what, I will have that point for sure. And also every day, like we have stress, work, family,
Yeah.
environment, news. So I will have some points to release the stress. Like I mentioned the points on our hand, this one RIF4, and the similar points on the foot, liver 3. That to release the stress, smooth the liver. And accordingly, maybe like for example, if I want to facial rejuvenation, I will put some point on my face. So yeah, if I want to boost like a digestion, for example, make my tummy a little bit flat, I can have some points on my stomach, make the digestion getting better. So you know, there are some common points we can use on everyone just to boost immunity, make you stronger, less stress.
So it seems like if you do that, you ward off the worst of what you may get. So if you get a cold, it won't be as bad. You might have a little bit of the symptoms, the congestion, the phlegm, etc. And then you just use normal remedies for that. But am I getting that right? That acupuncture can minimize the severity of a cold or a flu?
Yes, I would think so. And also, if you do acupuncture regularly, you're not gonna have constipation because late flu, actually, some people got flu, they have severe constipation, which can give people severe abdominal pain because if you couldn't go to use bathroom for a week, less pain is severe.
Mm.
On the other hand, some people got opposite. They have diarrhea. If you go to diarrhea, go to bathroom every like 5 minutes, you're gonna also have a severe abdominal pain. So if you do acupuncture regularly, you're not gonna have constipation for sure because the qi movement gonna make the ball move. So you will go to bathroom regularly. So you can avoid constipation. And this year actually a nurse told me, especially for kids who got the flu, the abdominal pain is very severe and common this year.
Am I hearing this right? If you do acupuncture on a regular basis for whatever your goal is, no matter what, you will uh, be more regular, or it will alleviate some of the bathroom challenges you might have.
Yes.
Huh.
Actually, I have a patient who is, I think around 50 something. He's he came in for his elbow pain. So I usually ask the patients, what else I can help you besides elbow pain? Tell me everything, you know. So he did mention he kind of like when he go to bathroom, he cannot really complete. So I didn't really like treat for his bowel movement. The main focus is his elbow because that's his chief complaint. But again, I did put some points for like stomach 36 with immunity, have digestion. So the next time he came in, he did say, he said, wow, my bowel movement is so much better. Every time when I come in, like you really like flush it out. So yes, that's true. If you get acupuncture regularly, your bowel movement is gonna get more regular for sure.
Wow, it's amazing. And it goes back to what you said before. You are stimulating the chi in your body or the chi in your blood, which eventually leads to bowel movements, in terms of fluids and things like that in your body. Wow.
Yeah, so that's why I suggest people come in for acupuncture just once a week because everyone not perfect in the perfect situation of being health, right? You always have a little bit maybe stress. Some people even have a lot of stress. Even like the young people who work in the big company, some people even have to take the like ADHD medicine. Some people have to take the anti-depression medicine. Some people have to take anti-anxiety depression. That can tell how much stress actually people have during their work. So if you come in for acupuncture, we can relieve your stress. You don't have to take these drugs because all these drugs, they have side effect. Like one of my patients said, she had to take the medicine because if she doesn't, she just couldn't finish his work. But after she take it, that depress her appetite. So she cannot really have a good appetite to eat. When you cannot have good appetite, you cannot have enough nutrition. So in that way, I would say coming in for acupuncture, it's not expensive to be honest, and it's better than you just taking some medicine, Western medicine.
What about weight loss? A lot of people are on GLP-1s. What can happen there with acupuncture? Can that help curb your appetite?
That's a very good question. Actually, a person from another state. I'm not gonna say the state very far away, so there's no way for her to come to me do acupuncture. But she did telehealth with me, so we did a FaceTime. So I asked her some question. I asked her to send me the tongue picture when she is like kind of like in the natural light, but not the sun like shining on her tongue.
I just want to share with everybody if this is new for you and you're like, what are they talking about? Chinese medicine, looking at your tongue tells almost everything. We've talked about that many times before. And it's like when you used to go to a traditional Western medicine doctor back in the day, they actually used to take the tongue depressor and look at your tongue. I don't know if they were actually looking at that or your throat, but at least it was on their rate. Doesn't really happen that much anymore, but you can get so much information. I'm amazed, but it's true just from looking at the tongue.
Yes, so she sent me her tongue picture. I asked her some questions. She did mention about the weight loss. She said, it's just so hard for me to losing weight. I had a baby 4 years ago. Now I still have a lot of fat on my belly. She also has some other like low energy stuff, so we just did a FaceTime. So I look at her, ask her some question, then I give her a diagnosis. I will actually go to the store, mail her some herbs. Yes, acupuncture can do weight loss. Like, look at me. I don't have much fat on my tummy.
Hmm. Wow. Uh, with the weight loss, what's actually going on there when you do acupuncture for that?
So weight loss, basically, it's kind of like people have a trouble to losing weight or they are very easy to gain weight. Why? Um, Back to the root, the organ. So usually these kind of people, their spleen is not very strong. So when the spleen is not strong enough, you will have the dampness. It kind of like accumulation in the body, looks like a little bit like, big belly or even a little bit puffy or kind of like edema. So if spleen strong enough, like some people say, oh, I ate a lot of protein, um, but I have like bloating or gassing. I said that's because your spleen not strong enough to digest the food you are eating. If your spleen is strong enough, whatever you are eating will be digested and transformed to the qi, the blood your body can use. But when the spleen not strong enough, it kind of like you have a lot of leftovers stayed in your body. That's why you have bloating, you have a gassing, or you have like a big tummy. So, but when you do acupuncture, we strengthen your spleen, strengthen your stomach, strengthen your kidney. So all your organ will be healthier. Your digestion will getting better. You're not gonna have leftover in your body. That's why people can losing weight.
I want to understand that better. So you're saying that undigested food, give me that again. I want to, I had the picture of it. If your spleen is functioning the way it should be, you're going to process the food the way you should be. How does that correlate to weight gain?
Okay, so think about this. We eating the food, right? We want to take the nutrition in our body. But the food cannot be just like you eat, then your body can use it. There have to be a lot of chemical reaction, right? To digest the food, then our body can use. So if the spleen not strong enough, the spleen basically cannot really break down, for example, the meat, the big steak we are
Yep.
taking in.
Yep.
Then usually, if the spleen not strong enough, usually the elimination also not very well. That's why a lot of people, they have the weak spleen, they have digestion problem, they have bloating, gassing. They also have constipation. It's
Mm-hmm.
like goes hands to hands. So if your spleen strong enough, usually you have good, bathroom. So you don't have trouble, for bowel movement. But when your spleen cannot digest the food and you have trouble to eliminate it, so of course there's going to be accumulation in your body. That's why people kind of have a big tummy.
Wow. Okay. Says a lot. And it's also when somebody feels bloated, especially after the steak. And as I'm processing this, as you're telling us, Dr. Kelly, I used to eat a steak like once a month, maybe, maybe twice a month, occasionally. Um, and I would feel like, ugh, heavy. I feel that I'm working on my health a little bit better, a little less stress and everything. I don't get that anymore. So I'm thinking that maybe my spleen is working better or my system's working better to process the steak because it's one of the hardest things I understand to digest. It sits in your system for many, many, many hours. Maybe that's what's going on. Of course, acupuncture would make that even better. So, wow, wow, that's an eye opener. Certainly, the trips to the bathroom to make the most productive. Had no idea that acupuncture can help you with that. So many people deal with that on
Oh,
a daily basis.
yes. Actually, one of my patient told me she only go to bathroom twice a week. I said that's a severe constipation. That's very, very bad.
Yes, I have a friend exactly the same. And as bad as that is, she's afraid that she might have to go because of nerves when she, let's say, she's out somewhere with friends or going to a party or whatever. So she takes Imodium to now block it even more. I'm like, do you realize what you're doing to your body? Like all this stuff is sitting in your body. You need to get rid of it. That's why we go to the bathroom. It's toxins. It's things that your body can't digest. You need to get rid of it. Yes. Wow. Interesting how this all works. Huh.
Yeah, and a lot of people actually don't know if you cannot go to use the bathroom every day, actually you are constipated. That is bad to the body. A lot of people say, well, since I was little, I only go to bathroom every 2 weeks. So they think it's normal. I said, no, since you were little, you were already constipated. That's not normal. You have
Uh,
been,
to your point, there have been times where occasionally I go multiple couple of times a day, and I'm like, well, that's not what I normally do. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I mean, is everything okay there? What? And I talked to a gastro doctor, and he said, yes, that's fine. As a matter of fact, we should be doing that multiple times a day because you're getting rid of, as long as not to be disgusting, but as long as everything looks okay,
yes.
then that's the most important thing. It doesn't matter if you go a few times a day. You should be getting rid of it. It's your body doesn't need it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's formed, right? We call it it's formed. It's not like diarrhea, not liquid, it's
Yes.
formed and
As my
flushed
friend says,
away.
and I'm going to say it right here, optimally firm and floats. I'll just leave it at that. That's the
Yes.
optimal. But yeah, like you said, as long as firm and not diarrhea, you should be okay.
Yeah, a healthy bowel movement should be floating and firmed. You
Yes, and not too dark in color. That's
Yeah.
that's not for us to discuss here. But that's kind of the way it is. But I'm intrigued here. Like just it's amazing and wonderful what acupuncture can do in so many different ways to um, make us feel better, heal us, and also regulate the way the body works. And this is not when you say you should go once a week for acupuncture. Um, this is not a sales pitch. This is just the way it is. If you want the best for your body, amazing. Um, Real quick, on a virtual level, like this person from states away reached out to you, what are some of the things that you can support when done virtually?
Um, well, I can give her some diet digestion. For example, she said she doesn't eat vegetables. I said, no, you should eat vegetables for sure. Every day you should eat some. And also, I give people suggestion don't eat salad, but eat cooked vegetables because salad is raw and cold, hard to digest. So
Yeah.
eat cooked vegetables. Right. I also told her, if she can put some ginger in her meal, can help her digestion.
Mm,
Yeah, so can I give her suggestion about food, dietary, about lifestyle, of course, and so in that way, also about like sleep time, right? You shouldn't go to sleep later than 11
yes.
p.m.
It's so
Yeah.
funny you say that. We're out of time, but I have to share this with you. There's a story that came out today, and it's called bedtime procrastination. I sent it to my friend because he has sleeping issues, and basically what it is you're taking revenge on life by procrastinating your bedtime because you feel that I worked all day, I did all this. I just want to have some me time. So I'm in bed. I'm just going to look at my phone. I'm going to watch TV, whatever it is. But now it gets past 11 p.m., which you've identified as you want to be to sleep by 11 because your body clock is craving that. And that's a lot of times that's why we go to bed later because we want our time because we gave our time to our job. We gave all of that during the day. Just articles just came out, but you got to be to bed by 11 based on what you said, right?
Yes, yes, that's
Mhm.
right. We have
Wow,
to really be strict to our body for the health.
it is the truth. And I see all these studies come up. You mention it, and I see studies that say that your body's doing certain things between 11 and 1 a.m. And it's prime time. You need to be asleep so it can do its job. Kelly121acupuncture.com is your website. Certainly for physically getting acupuncture, you have to be in the New York City area to see you, but a lot of stuff can be done virtually. Dr. Kelly, thank you for the insight today. Learned a lot. Truly appreciate it.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you. We'll catch up soon. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.